May I come in, sir?
Please come.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Please please.
What is your name?
Ma'am, Suman Setty.
Kindly introduce yourself.
Ma'am, my name is Suman Setty. I am from Digboy. I have done my schooling from Digboy, and then I went to National Law University, Odisha, for my graduation. I have my parents in my family and my elder sister.
Okay. Digboy, apart from oil refinery, what do we have in Digboy? Significant kiba ase niki?
Yes, ma'am. We have the natural forests which extend to Dibru-Saikho also. It is primarily in Tinsukia district, but the extension is in Digboy as well. And the Dihing river flows through Margareta and the jungles, very interior jungles of Digboy. Other than that, ma'am, it is sort of a small hill station, but it's on a plateau. Small plateau. It's not completely a hill station, but it is higher than the elevation is higher than Tinsukia. Also, there are tea plantations nearby, Bogapani Tea Estate.
Okay. So, what was your optional?
Ma'am, PSIR.
PSIR. Can you tell me the difference between power and authority?
Ma'am, there is a stark difference. Is authority is accompanied by power, but authority has legitimacy as well. One person will have authority to exercise his or her power unless authorized by an act, by the people, or by any other it's basically accompanied by legitimacy. Unless a person or a seat is authorized, he or she cannot exercise power.
Okay. What was J.S. Mill's ideas on property?
Ma'am, he was considered to be a libertarian.
Libertarian? J.S. Mill?
Ma'am, idea মনত পৰা নাই.
Okay. আপুনি কি কৰি ভাল পায় আজৰি সময়ত?
মেম কুকিং কৰিব ভাল পাওঁ মই.
কি কুকিং কৰে আপুনি?
বেছিক খাদ্য দাইল ভাত আৰু এনে আলু পৰাঠা পনীৰ পৰাঠা এনেকুৱা.
অ'কে. অসমীয়া খাদ্য বনাই নে নবনায়?
বেছিভাগ মই নাজানো, কিন্তু এনে পইতা ভাত আলু পিটিকা এনেকুৱা.
আপোনাৰ এজন ফেভৰেট গেষ্টক মাতিলে আপুনি কি মেনুত আপোনাৰ ৰাখিব আইটেমছ কেনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ আপুনি?
যেনেকুৱা depends the person is a non-vegetarian or vegetarian. If he is a non-vegetarian, I would make something chicken along with bamboo shoot, something like that, so that the person can have a taste. And if he is a vegetarian, then paneeror kiba eta paneer paratha enokwa aru pulao.
Do you think women in today's India are empowered enough?
Yes, ma'am. Today, India has progressed a lot from the historical disadvantage that women have already faced. But at the same time, if we go by statistics, the representation of women in judiciary, in Lok Sabha, in parliament is very less. At the same time, we see that a lot of CEOs in big companies are women. So there is no nil as such that women are not empowered, but we have a long way to go.
Do you consider yourself to be a feminist?
Ma'am, I consider myself to be someone who looks at opportunities through the lens of equality. There is no such gender involved in it. I, being a woman, if I am exercising the opportunity that I have been given, I should not view it as because I was disadvantaged and so I have been given this opportunity. For me, it's almost merit based.
Even today, we can see that patriarchal roots are very tightly holding our society. So, do you think that we have a very rosy picture for the women of India?
Yes, ma'am. If we go to far off villages and remote, even if not very remote areas, we see that women are still bounded in the household, doing household chores, and they are primarily responsible to feed the children, to cook. So patriarchy is deeply rooted in the society, and the other areas like in the urban areas or semi-urban areas, we see women working and living their life according to their terms. So we say that women are at par, but it's not really so.
What is one thing that you regret in your life?
Regret. So I would say it's rather a weakness inside me. Whenever I like a certain kind of food, I tend to overeat that. I tend to eat a lot.
No, that is a weakness. I'm talking about a regret. I mean,
Yes, sir. In the field of academics, I say I have not gone through Assam's history and culture as such. So I think that is what whenever I get time, I will go through it. I would want to learn more about it.
If you have to define yourself, your personality, in one sentence, what would that be?
So I see myself as someone who, whatever work I have chosen or I have been given, I do that with dedication and a lot of sincerity. From my father, I have learned that hard work is the only thing, nothing but hard work will give
one
us.
sentence.
Sorry,
Yes.
sir.
That's why I
Sorry, sir.
said one sentence. Tell us something interesting about about your past. Any interesting story that you have?
Yes. So actually, in the past 2-3 years, I've been preparing. So I haven't had the time to explore my interest. Another interest is to travel to areas where
I was asking about an interesting
Any
event.
interesting incident or any interesting event that has happened in your life in past.
So the latest is that I cleared mains, and nothing more interesting than that actually.
Okay.
So if you happen to
throughout-
meet someone deceased in the past, from the past, who would that be and what questions would you ask that person?
So that would be, if I meet Mr. B.R. Ambedkar as such, then I would want to ask him about the longevity, like why the Constitution is so descriptive. Although it is written, it is deliberated, but his words are not recorded. So I would want to ask him, why is it so deliberate, so detailed? What was his idea of having such a very elaborate Constitution?
Yeah, very serious thing to ask.
Right.
What is deliberative democracy? Do we practice deliberative democracy in India?
Ma'am, deliberative democracy is how the democracy goes on the principle of deliberation, discussion and debates. Participants are supposed to discuss and debate and then come to a conclusion. So we partly practice it after representation in the parliament, state parliament or central parliament. There is discussion and debates on any law that has to be passed. So in that sense, we practice.
What are the qualities of a civil servant and which do not have right now?
So, in my opinion, sir, a civil servant should be very neutral firstly and very empathetic as well, because they meet people from very different kind of scenario, someone from very remote or urban areas. So they have to be very empathetic to their issues. Also, they should be there should be integrity in the civil servants, sir.
And
What do you think are missing of these qualities in you?
I don't think so. I have integrity and
You studied law in your graduation.
yes, sir.
What did you like the most?
I liked environmental law.
Can you tell us some of the environmental laws
Yes, sir.
that are in place in the country?
Yes, sir. The country, and supposedly we have the Environment Protection Act, the Wildlife Protection Act. These are the two major acts through which we are being able to conserve the natural heritage of our
No,
country.
I think we have other laws.
Yes, sir. Air Act, Water Act, number of acts, but the most powerful is EPA, Environment Protection Act, and Wildlife Protection Act.
If you were given a chance to either see a movie, watch a movie, read a book, or attend a theater, which one would you choose and why?
If the theater has an action movie, I would choose.
No, I mean theater and
Play.
a play.
Then movie, sir.
Movie. Why?
I have a personal interest towards watching, especially action drama movies.
Okay. Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
so much.
Thank you.